What up, what up? This your boy C-Buys, Soldier C-Buys, and you watching Born in the 90s Talk TV. And what's the 411? The 411 is about Will freaking Smith and going back to his careers and to today and how I feel about Will Smith and stuff. And honestly, the question is, was Will Smith was Will Smith was the Will Smith in the 90s, in the whole 90s. So I had a talk with my friend, my homeboy, on the phone not too long ago about, of course he gonna pick of course, like, in my opinion, I feel like Bad Boys 2, the 2003 Bad Boys 2, is better than the first Bad Boys. But he feel like the first one is better than the second one, and it holds a specialty in his heart more than the second one. I don't know, something about Bad Boys 2, man. He was the mega movie star Will Smith that you know of today. But if you really think about, yes, both Martin Lawrence and Will Smith both had their own sitcoms, and they wound up crossing over and being in the first Bad Boys 1995. My thing about Bad Boys, however, my thing with Bad Boys 1995, the 1995 original Bad Boys, my thing about that is that Will Smith wasn't Will Smith yet. He was on his way of becoming Will Smith. He was fresh. He was still the rapper Fresh Prince. And also, not only that, he was just a dude from Fresh Prince of the Bel Air show. The reason why I say that is because when you watch Bad Boys, there's certain scenes where he doesn't have much screen time, like Martin Lawrence. That is easily a Martin Lawrence movie. Martin Lawrence had more screen time than Will Smith. When Will Smith go to check out that house, he wound up getting his ass whooped. Well, he wound up getting snuck his ass whooped in the house and all that, from behind and all that shit. Pause, no homo. Then Martin Lawrence takes over, gets more screen time because they don't know where Will Smith, played by Mike Lehrer, they don't know where Mike Lehrer's character at because he got knocked out and all that. So it's up to Marcus, played by Marcus Barnett, his character, to pretend that he's Mike Lehrer, Will Smith's character. And you could just tell that throughout the whole movie and stuff, Martin Lawrence had more screen time than Will. Because if you really think about, the 90s was ruled by Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence has already established himself as a superstar, as a megastar, not an action star. Of course, Martin Lawrence was not going to be an action star, but he held his own in the action movie of Bad Boys, with his hit TV sitcom Martin. And not only that, he already had his big break in the House Parties franchise, like House Party 1 and 2. He was on that movie that bombed, Talking Dirty After Dark, that didn't do good. And not only that, he also starred alongside with David Allen Greer, Halle Berry, Robin Givens, the whole cast in that movie Boomerang. And Chris Rock was also in there, and Eddie Murphy, the main star, and Tisha Campbell, played by his girlfriend Gina, on the show Martin. And also he was also alongside with her, also on House Party and Boomerang. Boomerang had that cuts. The 1992 movie Boomerang had a lot of people in that movie. So Martin Lawrence was already more established than Will Smith. What I'm trying to say to my friend, my homeboy, and all that, we always discuss about, was Will Smith, in 95. He was in, to answer everybody's question that thinks that when he did Bad Boys, the 1995 Bad Boys, when people think that he was Will Smith already, y'all are slightly wrong, and I highly strongly disagree, because he was on his way of becoming Will Smith, the action superstar. He didn't start becoming Will Smith until he decided to end the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where he no longer wanted to have another season on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He decided to end it. Then he wound up doing movies like Independence Day, Men in Black, my favorite movie of him, Enemy of the State. But once he turned down Matrix and started to do Wild Wild West, it kind of ruined his career. But however, when he did that rap song Wild Wild West, he still managed to be on top. So Will Smith didn't start becoming Will Smith until Independence Day and Men in Black, the 1996 Independence Day and the 1997 Men in Black, because Will Smith was still learning. And if you watch the first Bad Boys, Will Smith was still learning how to become a superstar, an action star, a movie star, all that combined. He was learning all that. And if he never agreed with Michael Bay did, that scene where he was chasing the bad guys with his shirt all open up, no homo. If he didn't agree, because if you really think about it, if you remember this, Will Smith didn't want to do that. Didn't want to be shirtless chasing the bad guys. But Michael B convinced him, if you did that shit, you are officially a fucking movie action star. And what wound up happening? He wound up doing blockbuster hits after that. Independence Day, Men in Black, the second Men in Black that came out in 2002, Ali, that came out in 2001. Even though it got some negative reviews, but I think he did a fantastic job playing Muhammad Ali. Ali 2001. What else he did? I, Robot 04. Bad Boys 2, the sequel, 2003, which I feel like the reason why I think Bad Boys 2 was better than the first one, because I wound up seeing that at the movie theaters when I was 6 years old. And not only that, before, what's crazy is that that was my first rated R movie that I saw at 6 years old at the movie theaters. But before that, I saw Men in Black 2 at the movie theaters when I was 5. So, because it's kind of funny that I saw two sequels back to back in the year 2002. The same year that Spider-Man, I also saw Spider-Man 2002. I saw Spider-Man and Men in Black 2. Then that next year, so I saw two of them back to back. So, yeah. Then he did I Am Legend that came out in 2007. Then he did The Pursuit of Happiness, which was also a blockbuster hit. He did the movie Hitch with Kevin James that came out in 2005. Then that same year he dropped his other album called The Lost and Found album. His solo career. Because in the 90s, he wasn't Will Smith yet. People still knew him as the Fresh Prince, the rapper. Like songs like Summertime, Boom Boom, Shake the Room. Songs like Brand New Funk. I think that came like in the 80s or 91 or one. It was either He's the DJ, He's the Rapper that came out like in 88 or 89, some shit. Or it was either one of those years that Brand New Funk came out, or it was on the 1991 Home Base album when he did Summertime, or You Saw My Blinker Bitch and all that, when he cursed for the first time. But his grandma told him not to cuss, so he wound up becoming a clean rapper. and stuff like that. So Will Smith wasn't Will Smith yet until Independence Day and Men in Black. So when he did Bad Boys, he was still learning. He was still finding himself. Before, even in the movies he did, everybody want to say that his first movie was 6 Degrees of Separation. That came out in 1992, where he plays a gay dude named Paul. But his first movie, it came out in 1991, and it's called, I think that's the year that it came out. It's called Where the Days Takes You, where he plays a homeless dude, a homeless man. And I believe that this was the same year when he was about to do The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So Will Smith's first movie was the Where the Day Takes You, and his second movie was the 6 degrees of separation. I can't talk. My bad. That came out in 92. The next year after that. Then in his third movie, he plays Neil Long's sidekick called Made in America in 1993. The same year that he dropped Cold Red, that had songs like I'm Looking for That One, that had produced by Teddy Riley. I'm Looking for That One, that's produced by Teddy Riley. He had a New Jack Swing vibe going on. It was still considered, 1993 was considered the New Jack Swing era still, and it had songs like I'm Looking for That One, and also songs like a hit single like Boom Boom Shake the Room. So yeah, he was still the Fresh Prince. 6 Degrees of Separation, yeah, it was people would consider that his best work. But in my opinion, his best work was Enemy of the State, that came out in 1998, that had Lisa Bonet and Regina King in it. And John Voight, Jack Black, Jamie Kennedy, a lot of great, amazing cast. I think that's how you pronounce it, John Voight, Angelina Jolie's dad in it. So, no, he wasn't Will Smith yet until Independence Day, that came out in 96, starring Jeff Goldblum, Vivica A. Fox, that kid that played, what was that kid? He played that kid in the Fresh. I'm gonna just say he was that kid on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I forgot his name, so it's been that long since I seen the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, so I'm trying to think, what was his name? I know there was Carlton. It was Carlton, Ashley, Hillary, Uncle Phil, R.I.P. to James Avery. They played Uncle Phil. It was two of the Ainvilles. And it was that little kid that came out afterwards. Then it was DJ Jazzy Jeff, Will Smith real life partner, so / childhood best friend. I forgot his name, whoever his name was, but he played the stepson in Independence Day. So yeah, that one. Then 1990s. Oh, and Dennis Quaid brother is also in it. Randy Quaid, that I've known him. I've known him as the robot of the Avengers of Pluto Nash, starring Eddie Murphy and Rosario Dawson, which was her first movie, was in Kids and all that. And then she also, that same year, she also was Will Smith love interest in the Men in Black 2, and also in 7 Pounds, and so on. Rosario Dawson. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing her first name, but yeah. And you know what's crazy is, I don't think Pluto Nash was Eddie Murphy's worst movie. I actually liked that fucking movie when it first came out in 2002. Pluto Nash was the shit. I don't care what nobody say. That is not Eddie Murphy's worst movie. So, I just want to lay that out. But nah, Will Smith wasn't Will Smith yet when he did Bad Boys and stuff like that. So when he did the first one. So it's amazing how this whole Bad Boys 4 coming out on June 7 this summer and all that, and just amazing how he made that comeback ever since that incident a few years back and stuff. But I have a funny feeling that it's not gonna do good, and people still butt hurt and in their feelings that they still in their feelings because of what he did to Chris Rock and shit, and he lost a lot of respect from the people, and he lost a lot of fans and shit because people knew Will Smith as this amazing fucking role model, and for you to go up and slap Chris Rock and all that in front of millions of white folks was dead wrong, and it ruined your reputation real bad. So I don't know how well this Bad Boys 4 is gonna do. But all I gotta say, all I gotta say, go and watch and support the Bad Boys 4 movie, because don't ruin it for motherfuckers like Vanessa Hudgens and fucking Maura Lawrence and stuff. Because if you don't want to see the movie because of Will Smith and all that, then see it because of Maura Lawrence and nostalgia purposes. See it like that, because at the end of the day, man, motherfuckers make mistakes all the time. Motherfuckers ain't perfect. So, but yeah, I just want to lay that shit down that Will Smith was not Will Smith until he did Independence Day and Men in Black. And that's the motherfucking 411 of today. My name is Soldier C. Buys, and I see y'all fucking later. And peace, and y'all have a wonderful, wonderful motherfucking Saturday. You heard me? Peace.